Hello, everybody. So, we have come to the last chapter you now have in your possession, Nuclear Chems, the last one. It's a really short chapter. I don't want to waste the time. I don't want you to miss out completely when I'm out. So, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do similar to a homework assignment tonight. Well, not tonight, but similar to a homework assignment that you would have been given at a night, we're going to do in class today. You're also going to work on a Regents exam and have that complete so that we can talk about it. And hopefully, after class today, actually, I'm going to be working from home, trying to set up a Skype so that maybe we can do a Skype and figure out what's going on with this video that I'm about to show you. It might be 2 videos, we'll see. But in any case, you should all be open to page 1 of chapter 28, the last chapter. And I want to know, what do you think of when you hear the word nuclear or radioactivity? And I know, Matt, Mr. McWalters, I know exactly what you're thinking. And so everybody just start by writing it down. What do you think of when you think of the word nuclear? Write it down. Jacob Shabson. No, I mean, write down what you think. I know what it is. But there are other things that you must think of when you hear nuclear or radioactivity, and I want you to jot 3 or 4 things down so when we talk, you have that. And then we can go below the line. So you can press pause there if you need to, and let people do that. Okay, radioactivity and nuclear stability. It turns out that not all atoms are stable in their configuration. As it turns out, the proton to neutron ratio is very important for nuclear stability, which is the stability of the nucleus. I know, circular definition there, but we're going to go with it. Review time. I know, just like in organic, we have a lot more review. And yes, I know there are parts of organic we haven't done yet. There are more functional groups to do. There are some reactions to do. I want to skip to the nuclear stuff because I think you can handle this without me. We're going to come back and do a Skype-y kind of thing probably by early next week. It should be very straightforward to do, and we can talk about that stuff. So that's the plan. C12. How many protons? How many neutrons? Well, you look up at the atomic number for carbon, and you will see that it is atomic number 6, which means that it has 6 protons. And therefore, if it adds up to 12, then it must have 6 neutrons as well. I want you to do the same thing for nitrogen 14 and for oxygen 16. And I also, at that point, with your group of 4, want you to write down what the proton to neutron ratio is. Again, you can press pause. Now I want you to try these. Like hydrogen 3, hydrogen has 1 proton, but if it's 3 total, then it's 1 plus 2 neutrons. All right, so there's something different there. Carbon 14, nitrogen 13. I want to know, is the ratio the same? Well, clearly it won't be the same as whatever that proton ratio was before. So that's fine. These atoms down here, these 3, are not stable. So that's a general rule. There are exceptions to this ratio rule, sure. Do you have to know about them? And just like that, you are 10% done with the last unit of the year. We go to page 2 for some vocabulary. Now, when a nucleus is not stable, it does some weird stuff in order to get back to the stability. It actually emits a particle or a ray of light in order to change the nucleus. Changing the nucleus. So it actually changes the atom from one blank into another. If the nucleus changes, it actually changes the atom from one. I know it's a no-no. I know it is. But it changes it from one element into another. It sounds like alchemy. It's really not, because it happens on very small scale and for reasons that alchemists did not, that was not part of the alchemist philosophy. But the emission of the particle or ray of light by a nucleus is described as radioactivity. And if you have a particular atom that emits such a thing, the atom is called radioactive. Let me see if I can put the insert down here. I don't know if it will work. Another term we need is transmutation. Transmutation is the conversion of atoms of one element into atoms of another element. And now, back to parenting. Doria, can you give Elon back the blanket? Oh, this is recording. You don't want people to hear this. Put it back. You can take the brown blanket. No, we're pressing pause here, guys. I'm trying to press pause.